How's it going, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys another review. This time we are reviewing the 1981 horror comedy Student Bodies, courtesy of Olive Films. This film is a horror spoof. This film spoofs the slasher genre. It follows a young girl who is thrust into the slasher world. Everybody around her is dying, whether it be fellow students, teachers, or parents, and they're all dying in hilarious ways. She must try to find the identity of the killer in order to stop him or her. This film is pretty funny. Generally these are not my type of films, right? I've kind of been known to say that I don't really care for horror comedy unless it's done intelligently. Now, what I mean by horror comedy being done intelligently, I don't mean that I need to see something that isn't stupid. It is okay to see something that is stupid if it has meaning or context behind it. This film is very stupid. A lot of stupid things happen in this film. Characters are stupid. They are meant to be stupid. What I'm talking about is the stuff that is just stupid and has no intention or context behind it. That is not this film. This film has reasons for things to happen. They have this context where it is the slasher genre. It's the tropes of the slasher genres that are being played out in comedic form, because we know certain things that happen in slasher films. We know that slasher films were typically, or it was cliched for slasher films to take place on a holiday or some kind of special occasion. Happy Birthday to Me, Friday the 13th, Halloween, My Bloody Valentine. So what this film does is it sets the film on Jamie Lee Curtis's birthday, right? It pops up, instead of like Halloween, it says Jamie Lee Curtis's birthday, which is funny. It's stupid, but it's funny because of the context of the history of the slasher film that we know, that we are familiar with. If you're not familiar with that context, it'll just be stupid. And the same thing goes for the rest of the film. The rest of the film is very stupid, but because we know that slashers kill people with the most outlandish weapons, from the classic machete all the way down to, a plastic bag. As the slasher formula went on, we saw more outrageous weapons. So this film is aware of that. This film uses outlandish weapons. It takes it to the next step. It takes it to a ridiculous, retarded, stupid level with a paperclip. The killer kills somebody with a paperclip. Now, yes, that is very stupid. We know that a slasher killer, is not going to grab a paperclip and try to stab somebody to death with it. Of course it's stupid. But it's funny because we know the history. We know the context. That's why, even though what we're seeing on screen is stupid, it's actually intelligent, because it's taking something that we know, that we're familiar with. This is how all comedy works, by the way. And it's flipping it on its head, or it's exaggerating it, or it's just, downright spoofing it, and it's funny. So I do like some of the things that were happening in this film. I mean, there are a lot of funny moments. I also felt that a lot of the jokes didn't work. Some of the stuff, it just came off like cheesy to me, which it's supposed to, obviously, but like the joke is corny or something, and I don't find jokes like that funny. I find them to be annoying. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of like fart jokes and stuff, and there was a lot of that level of humor in this, but there was also a lot of clever ass jokes too. They stopped the film at one point to talk about the R rating, breaking the fourth wall. It's very self-aware, and I was really impressed to see that of this time, and I was really impressed to see how much of the slasher tropes they were able to include. They were ripping off films like Friday the 13th and Black Christmas and When a Stranger Calls, and so many films that we all know and love, and they were kind of able to make fun of them, go tongue-in-cheek on the concepts and cliches, and that was really funny. Some things worked, and some jokes just fell completely flat for me. I have a very weird sense of humor. I like things to be very cleverly thought out and funny, and there's just some stuff in here that's not. I'm kind of a tough critic when it comes to comedy. It's low tier. It's a bad film. It's supposed to be a bad film, I understand. Based on my feelings towards how clever the comedy was, I'm gonna give it a 5.5 out of 10. It's definitely some fun jokes in there, but others that were, a little lackluster. So I'll see you guys next time with another review. Thank you, All of Films, for the Blu-ray. Peace out.